denotation is the dictionary definition of a word. Those are simple, right? They're easy to determine, okay? But the connotations aren't so, those are, yeah, they're kind of nebulous in defining them, because let's face it, they can actually mean different things. Let's take the word, well, I don't know why I went blank again. But guys, you know how word meanings change, and we have different definitions for them, okay? Even from country to country sometimes, or even from county to county, there's slang and so forth, and often connotations become difficult because we associate different things with words, and meanings can change, okay? Meanings can change, or the association with the word changes. Because the English language, like many other living languages, do you know what we mean by a living language? It's still used. Yes, good. I thought your foreign language teachers have probably taught you that. English, Spanish, all of these languages that are used still are living and evolve. Now, I don't know if Spanish or Chinese or things like that, if they evolve quite like the English language does, do they? Tell me. Like how the meanings of words often change from decade to decade in the English language, or we bring new words in all the time. That happens, right? Yes. Do meanings become different, or is that pretty set?
I don't think it changed as much.
Okay. That's what I thought I had heard before, that our language it's one of the reasons why it's more difficult often to learn if it's not your native language, because, well, also because we always have an exception to every rule, and most languages don't. Okay, there's a set rule. In the English language, it's pretty much a free-for-all. Yeah, okay, it's I before E, except after C, and you do this except when, or, so we have all of these different things. But language evolves, which can make the connotations difficult sometimes, okay? And things happen that create a connotation with a word that may not, something historic happens, some event, and then you get negative or positive feelings with a word because of that. Okay, so the connotations can evolve more than the denotations. They typically do. Okay, so guys, what we're going to do today is we're going to put into practice analyzing the effective language. We're going to do that by watching Kennedy's inaugural address. Now, I put the document itself in Canvas for you. It also has questions along the side of it. And then there is another exercise with like connotations and so forth at the end of it. What we're going to do in analyzing a speech, guys, this is also, well, it's the beginnings of what we call rhetorical criticism. Rhetorical criticism, in essence, is when we look at a speech and we talk about how effective it was historically. Why was it effective? Why was it ineffective? Okay, so we're not completely doing that. And rhetorical criticism also involves looking at what was going on in history at the time that helped make this so effective. But we are looking at the effectiveness of the language, which is a first step in that, okay? Rhetorical criticism sounds really nasty, doesn't it? Or difficult? It's not really. I took a class in it, and it was one of my required classes. But I had a professor who really liked pop culture. And so instead of actually reading all these old speeches, he applied the elements of rhetorical criticism into pop culture, like Why were the Beatles so popular? Or why was this particular film such a phenomenon? Like we could take Star Wars. What was it about Star Wars that was going on at the time in 1977 when it first came out? What was it? What elements historically and what elements in the film? And we could talk about the technology that they created for it and so forth. What made it so popular? That would be applying rhetorical criticism to a film, or it could be a song, or it could be, but that's what we did. But we also apply it, it was originally done to apply to speeches. Why was this speech so effective? So we're going to listen. I'm going to play his inaugural address for you. You can follow along in the reading, but you also might just want to listen and not worry about reading it because you've got it there to go back to. Okay. So I need.
Hello,
And this one.
Miss On.
Guys, I'm going to record this part. I don't know how that will work.